Hi YouTube, it's Alan Sagano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and today's topic is about 5 pretty simple security tips to keep your cell phone safe. So, number one, keep your phone locked, right? So there's usually a setting on your phone that when you click on it, right, you have to use either a password or a PIN or fingerprint or something to unlock your phone, which obviously is a really good idea. Of those to unlock your phone, the one we like the least is actually facial recognition, because it's actually almost it's not actually, it is too easy to unlock your phone. I've seen middle schoolers screw around, grab somebody's phone, stick it in front of their face and unlock it, and they're like, if you were incapacitated, oh, hey, Alan, can you lock my phone? Oh, thank you. Thanks for playing. I mean, I guess you could do it with your fingerprint as well. But I don't know, facial recognition is just too easy for somebody to go like that, put it in front of your face and lock it. In some cases, we heard of it working with a picture of your face, which is no bueno. So I would just say no to facial recognition when unlocking your phone, but make sure you do lock it with a really long PIN or a password, a really strong password, or fingerprint is okay as well, but I would stay away from facial recognition. Tip number 2, keep up to date with firmware. So when you get, hey, there's a new firmware release for your phone, don't ignore it. Update it. I know it's a pain because everybody's on their phone, but maybe when you go to charge it, right, just before you're going to put it away on the charging stand, go ahead and run that update. Don't ignore those. They're there for a reason. A lot of them are to address security concerns. Also, only download apps from either the App Store if you're on an Apple on an iPhone, or from Google Play on Android. And even with those, right, there have been cases where they've actually had malware distributed on the App Store. So even if you're getting it from the App Store, you might want to vet it to make sure, don't make sure it's been up there for a while, right? Because if it's been up there for a while and they start distributing malware, usually it gets taken down. So, but, this is like the new whatever super duper game that I have to have and download, otherwise my head's going to explode. Yeah, just wait, because it could be malware. So that's the other thing. So only download apps from either Google Play or the App Store. Also, this one you're probably not going to like, but I would stay away from pay apps, like, Samsung Pay or Apple Pay. Just, you put your credit card in your phone, you just near field, right? If you do that, make sure that you have some type of secondary authentication, whether it be through a fingerprint or, again, a PIN or something like that to actually use the card. The reason why that is that if your phone gets compromised and somebody manages to unlock it, or gets cloned, it's just too easy. Then it's like you want to kind of silo your stuff so that if one thing gets compromised, not everything gets compromised. And if you're using a pay app without some type of secondary authentication, that could end up bad for you. So, if you insist on using a pay app, make sure that you have some type of secondary authentication to pull up the actual credit card and do the tap, Samsung Pay or Apple Pay or whatever it happens to be, because that way at least you'll have kind of a little bit of a break to make it more difficult for somebody to compromise that pay app on your phone. All right. Also, and the last tip number 5, is avoid using public Wi-Fi. You just don't know what you're getting into, and I've done other videos on people putting in, basically a rogue AP. You think you're connecting to the real one in Starbucks, and you're not, and all your data is cycling through that. You can protect yourself a little bit with the VPN, but I would say that if you're going to use any Wi-Fi, make sure it's maybe a company that you trust or something like that. Public Wi-Fi today, it's especially with 5G and better cell phone coverage and unlimited plans, is like, why bother? The other thing we actually recommend doing is that if you're using you're like in a hotel, if the signal is strong enough, hotspot your phone and use your phone instead of the hotel's Wi-Fi. It's just safer. Just don't allow yourself to even become, just like in martial arts, right? What's the best punch to block? It's the one where you're not even there. So don't be there, right? Don't get on public Wi-Fi in case there's bad actors on there just waiting to, for that person to connect up and game over. So that's our tip of the week. If you like this content, please boink, hit the subscribe button, boink, hit the like button. It does help out the channel. Thanks a lot for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.